what that means. Now we're recording. So thank you for agreeing to do this. I really appreciate it. And why don't you just share a little bit about what your issue was and why you came to see me?
All right, so starting in high school, I started having some sleep issues, night terrors, and sleep paralysis. It progressively got worse, and for the last 30 years, I've had that problem, having night terrors and sleep paralysis 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes two or three in a night. So it has been a major impact on my life. And so I needed a change. I needed a fix for that.
Yeah. And I seem to recall that you had some other things that you had tried before you kind of reached out to me to be like, can you help with this?
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I've had it my whole life, prior to getting married and having a partner to sleep with, knowing that could impact not only my life, but theirs. I went and did a sleep study, a full 24-hour study to try to find out what the source was, if there was a fix for it. I was told there really isn't a fix for sleep paralysis or night terrors, but they did give me some medications. I had tried that. And sleep apps, calming, meditation, all these different things I've tried over the years. And, it all seemed related to stress, but there was nothing that really gave me long-term benefits. I think in my entire life, adult life, I'd gone maybe the most 4 months without having a night terror. And that
Mm.
was at a really, really great time in my life. There was zero stress. I was getting married and super excited about life. But that isn't the norm. So, I'm a business owner. I have a lot of stress of family and kids and responsibilities. So those things just pile up routinely. And I just, needed a change. I needed to find something that worked.
Yeah. So how did you find out about hypnosis or about me? Like, how did you come to be like, I'm gonna try this?
I had heard about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. I was very skeptical about it, and that wasn't something that I had reached out to do. But I was referred to you by a friend who was actually referred by another friend. So it was like secondhand referral, of someone else that had great results, doing hypnotherapy with you. And I thought, well, let's give it a shot. I've tried everything else. Let's see if this will work. And that's how I came to find you.
And that's why we have it on the website. When you've tried everything else, it's time to try what works,
What
guys.
works?
Which was funny
Exactly.
because I remember doing your consultation and I remember um, you saying, who referred you? And I said, I haven't worked with that person because I was like, are you sure you're in the right place? And you're like, oh, well, she knows so and so. And I thought, it all comes together. So that was
Exactly.
really fun. Um, so what you were skeptical, you said that right off the bat. What was your experience like in the sessions?
So I think even before the session, like when you referred to the consultation that I have, I thought that was super helpful, and that's what actually pushed me forward to wanting to, try this out with you. Was you were very scientific about it. You explained the whole process, kind of put me at ease. And I think what really stood out to me is the first thing you said and that we were going to be doing was basically dehypnotizing me.
Oh, that's
And
right.
so it was basically, me having sleep issues, and you're kind of saying, I don't think you've been fully awake. So we want to do a dehypnotizing, to kind of get a baseline, and then from there start building on our sessions. So I thought that was really intriguing to me, and I thought that was a good start to see what that was like. And I remember that first session doing that. And after the first couple of times of being brought under and then woken up again, I did feel really different. By the third time in that one session, I felt awake. I felt different. And immediately, it impacted my sleep, and I didn't have a night terror for multiple weeks in a row. So I thought it was a great success right off the bat. And it was a really cool change, not only with my sleep, but also in my waking hours, my interaction with, my family and customers and coworkers. Everyone could tell that there was a difference. So it was really cool to have that experience right off the bat. But, it was not any kind of party tricks. There was nothing weird that I thought was going to happen with the hypnotist itself. It was very relaxing. I think your voice, you were very soothing and kind of explained the whole process to me. So I felt comfortable all the way through.
Awesome. And you did all in-person sessions, right? I don't think we did any
Yeah.
teletherapy.
Yep, everything was in person. I was able to get out to your office and your new office and
Oh,
be
that's
with you
right.
in person, and that was important to me too. I know that you did offer, Zoom calls and things like that, but I thought the in person would make me feel more comfortable and be in a different setting like that, and it did impact me greatly. So,
Excellent. And so we did, I think when you did your consult, I said, you probably need 12 sessions. I think you've had nine of hypnosis
okay,
in what's it been now? 9 months, maybe?
yeah, about that, yeah.
And you did a couple sessions of the IEMT as well, the eye movement towards the end. What was that like doing the IEMT sessions?
I thought it was actually a good balance between the two. It's a definitely a different type of therapy. Really worked out my eye muscles, which I didn't even realize that could be a thing and getting tired that way. But it really reframed a lot of memories. And I think when with sleep issues and my specific issue with night terrors or nightmares, I think it helped with restructuring the way that my memories or daily activities are being filed in my brain. So I thought that was a cool, like a 1-2 punch by having both of those things. And the IEMT was helpful. And then we went back and did some more hypnotherapy. So I think I've got, between the two of those things, really good balance. And at this point, I don't feel 100% cured, but it's so much better. And it's really changed my life to, it might be 1 or 2 times a month versus 1 or 2 a night or 3 or 4 a week. So it's a significant improvement. And so I still want to do these touch-up sessions and keep coming back to you because I know the stresses of life are going to come at me hard and fast. And knowing that I have your support and the way that you do the sessions, I mean, I always liked like at the beginning of each session, you just wanted to chat and kind of
Yeah.
like baseline, like where are we at? What's been going on? And I really felt that you tailored the specific sessions to me. There were no scripts, there were no blanket kind of things that you're doing. It really was for me, and I could tell that. So
Yeah, that's so nice. Thank you. That's so nice to hear. But yeah, like I want to chat. I want to connect before we dive into work because I think everyone is a whole person. It's not just here's my problem and what and fix it.
mhm.
Like do your magic and now we're done. It's there's so everyone's so multifaceted. And so getting to know people and having a little exchange, I think you were always a very fun client too, because you're like, how's your day? From the very first time, you're like, what are you drinking? Coffee or tea? You were
Yeah.
interested too in having a real partnership, not just like I'm in charge and you have to do what I say. It's a team. It's I'm here to support you, and it's easier to do that when I understand your life and your challenges and your stressors and things you love and things you don't love. Um, because that's what enables me to make those really personalized, truly custom, unique sessions that kind of fit a unique person. So that's really nice. Do you have any advice for anyone else who might be like, should I try this?
Well, one thing I'm big on is always trying things, which is funny that it took me so long to try this. I think it was just because I didn't know an actual person. So the referral was huge to get me in the door. And I would give that same referral to anyone else that is maybe on the fence and not sure if they would want to do hypnotherapy or IEMT. I would say, yeah, definitely do it and do it with Rose because she's going to, walk you through the whole process and get you comfortable. And it's a safe place. And I mean, the results just speak for themselves. So I really do think, and my specific issue with sleep paralysis and night terrors. I know you work with a lot of different people, a lot of different issues that they might come in for. I just know from my personal experience that it worked. So I would recommend you fully to anyone else that is on the fence.
And that's the biggest compliment. I really appreciate it. Well, thank you so much. I know it's not always easy to get on here and share your experience, but like you said, um, you saw other people some testimonial videos and that helped you. It kind of makes people feel a little more comfortable because they get to see real life people having real life results and kind of get a little sneak peek into what it might be like for them. So thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it, and I hope you just keep having great sleep all the time.
Thank you.